Welcome to the Chasing Ebenezer show. This is a show where we talk about stuff, play you some music, and encourage you to be creative. This season, we are exploring the art of being human. We want to say thank you to our patrons who support us each month. If you want to know more about that, visit us on patreon.com/Chasing Ebenezer. For more information about our musical endeavors, visit chasingebenezer.com. We hope you enjoy the show.
Welcome to another creativity episode of Being Human.
Yes.
And apparently I was whining before we started the show about how close I had to sit to the microphone. I don't like to be contained to a little spot.
It's hard for you. It's hard for you.
It bugs me to stay in one spot for
and that's
very long.
That's one of the great things about you, because you play violin the same way. Once a fixed part is written for you, it throws you off.
I like to be an improvisational person. It's not the same thing as having a lack of discipline. It's very different. So.
I feel like there needs to be a musical t-shirt made of that.
So anyway, thanks for joining us. And this is
episode 10.
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive.
Okay, well,
the
you're
last
probably
one was
right.
9.
Okay. Well, you never know.
I'm pretty sure it's
maybe
still 10
the numbers
is the next number.
orders got changed. So we, all this season we've been talking about being human and how that relates to creativity. And
yes.
I am Heidi. If you couldn't tell from our voices, which one is Heidi and which one is Benjamin?
I'm Benjamin.
So.
Yes. Oh, we want to say thank you to our patrons who support us. We got a new patron last week.
Thank you.
Miss Elizabeth Peters,
Woo!
Our adopted grandma. She's an amazing person, and we love you, Elizabeth, so much. She comes to our shows, and I think she rocks harder than anyone else in the audience.
Oh, it's wonderful.
So, again, thank you for your support. If you're listening or watching and you want to know how to be involved with that, go to patreon.com/Chasing Ebenezer. And that's my only commercial for the day. I get to talk about what I'm excited about now. So I am excited because last year I bought this book by Mr. Jeff Tweedy called How to Write One Song. I'm still in it, but he has so many great activities and creative prompts and stuff.
You haven't finished it.
I haven't finished it yet,
but
I'm already endorsing the book because what's in it is so good so far. I love listening about his writing schedule and all of that. He is an amazing artist. You might have seen him on Parks and Rec. He released a solo album this past year that was honestly one of my favorite albums of the year. And he's in this band called Wilco. And some of you know who Wilco is. I love Wilco. Let me say it again. I love Wilco. And Heidi, we were just randomly sitting in the living room, and she's like, hey, so you want to go see Wilco next week? Just casually. And so I get to go see Wilco tonight. And I think
you need to say Wilco about 100 more times.
Wilco.
I don't think you've said it enough.
So excited. So yes, we get to see them tonight. If you can't tell, I'm really excited about that. And if you want some listening advice, listen to Ode to Joy, which is their latest album, and then listen to Yankee Hotel Foxtrot, which came out maybe more than 20 years ago, and I still think it's one of the most amazing records ever made. So I'm excited about that. All that to say. What are you excited about, Heidi? You don't have to be as excited as me.
Yeah, you're rarely so excited about anything.
I'm excited.
Oh no, I forgot what it was. Oh, I know. I'm excited because I got my hair cut. And it was starting to look a little witchy, a little snarly. I still haven't gotten the roots colored yet. I'd been avoiding close contact with folks while the Delta variant has been a thing. So, but I finally was like, okay, I gotta go get my hair cut. So, hasn't been this short in a long time, but I don't feel like I have like a rat chewed on my hair. I was feeling that way. I almost cut my hair myself, but I didn't. So, thanks to my friend Kelly who took care of things for me. So, yeah, it's just nice to have something simple. It's not Wilco.
It looks great.
It's not Wilco, but...
Not many things are. Yeah. So how did you feel your humanity this week, or would you prefer me to go first?
No, well, I have a coffee spilling incident almost every day.
Every day.
So frustrating. I don't understand. So I'm so frustrated because, oops, I bonked the microphone. Because I had a canvas over there that I just prepped, the base coat, and I somehow spilled coffee all over it, and it got onto the back, and I just don't feel like I can use it now. I would feel really bad giving someone a coffee stained painting. So that was super frustrating. I was so proud of how the base coat looked. I was like, oh, then I can do the actual design later today. So now I got to start from the beginning.
Yeah,
so,
I'm sorry.
I don't know. You don't ever hardly spill. And I spill all the time.
That's not true. I just don't do epic spills.
I spill every day.
Because like even on last week's show, because the camera cuts me off, I started laughing so hard, which is what our show's about today. I spilled coffee all over the microphone stand.
Oh.
In the middle of recording, and nobody saw it.
Okay, but I feel like my spills are
they're
quite dramatic.
They are
so
quite dramatic. But the other thing about you though is that you like to use things as a coaster.
Yeah.
That God never intended to be a coaster.
I don't agree with that.
Like seat cushions.
Well,
not intended to be a coaster.
Okay,
so here's
something. If it's not a cushy couch, if it's a flattish couch, then I think you can use it as a coaster.
I disagree. So, for those of you who are watching online, Facebook, or places where you can respond with comments, what is the strangest thing you've ever used as a coaster before? And the answer of coaster is not acceptable. So, that's your prompt. Next, how did I feel my humanity? I have started giving plasma, donating plasma. I did it on Friday.
I was turned down.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I really wanted to.
I'm sorry. But I've been giving, and you definitely feel fragile and human when someone sticks a needle in your arm and you see blood coming out. I mean, that's just true. I gave yesterday, and I got home, and I felt weak and hungry. I'm still weak and hungry right now. So that's where I felt it. I felt very vulnerable, but it's great, and the people that work there are super helpful, and it's a great way to help community, and it's a great way to make a little bit of cash on the side too. So
bonus.
Hey. So today we talked. Let's see. Last week we talked about speech, and today we get to talk about laughter and laughter as it relates to creativity. So laughing. You laugh a lot.
I know. It's embarrassing. I'm sure we've talked about this before, how much I laugh and how loud I laugh. And yeah.
Her laugh is recognized.
I know.
From in a crowd of people from a distance.
I know.
Go
ahead.
We went to a friend's play a few years ago, and was it a Midsummer?
It was Much Ado About Nothing, which I have seen the movie with Michael Keaton so many times, and oh my word, when he plays the not so intelligent constable and pretends like he rides an imaginary horse. I mean, I have seen it so many times, so I know all the jokes. I understand the whole plot line, because let's be honest.
Shakespeare's hard to understand.
Hard. I mean, there's cliff notes on it for a reason. But I know all the humor in it, and you could tell that there was like two of us in the audience who had any clue what was going on. And
you were definitely one of them.
Because I was laughing so hard because I got all the jokes. And so, yeah, Jackson knew we were there because of how loud I was laughing. And
he was in the play.
Yeah,
he was on stage.
I know. So,
and he's like, oh, I could hear you.
So it's embarrassing, but you know, it's interesting because I have such a capacity for deep sorrow. I mean, depression,
yes.
Despair. I mean, it's an act of perseverance to not be a negative, down person, and yet I feel like I laugh more than most people I know too, which is such an odd thing. And I don't think it's, well, okay, sometimes I do laugh automatically when someone says something like hurtful or that they shouldn't because I'm so shocked. So I probably have a different laugh for that. And then I feel bad. I'm like, I shouldn't have laughed.
It might be in your eyes.
It's just a nervous habit.
There's like in your eyes, like there's like maybe there's I'll have to pay attention next time it happens.
Oh yeah, please really watch me closely.
But like it might be in your eyes. Your eyes might say something that
they don't match. So. But for the most part, though, I laugh at all the time. And man, if you want to watch Elf with me, you better be prepared for it. Doesn't matter how many times I've seen it. I laugh and laugh.
It's the snort laughing is how I know when you were genuinely.
Well, I think when we saw Meet the Parents when that came out, oh my gosh, and then I went to see The Descendants with George Clooney.
Yes.
Whenever that came out, I went by myself actually, and I was laughing so loud. It was so yeah, but I can't help it. I mean, if something is funny, it's funny. Here's the thing, though: if you tell me a joke that I don't think it's funny, I'm probably not gonna laugh.
That's true.
So no offense. No offense, but if I don't think it's funny,
but you might be offended if she doesn't think it's funny.
Yeah, and it's not personal, but so I'm, except if I'm uncomfortable, my laugh is is pretty genuine.
So, what kind of stuff just makes you naturally laugh that you find funny?
First, I want to say I don't enjoy potty humor for the most part. So that's what I don't enjoy. Just gross. But naturally, animals dressed up in human clothing or in outfits just makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Like when you see a cat walking with a little, cape or something, I think that's hilarious.
Yeah, I can agree with that. That's funny.
I think comedians making fun of society, I mean, you gotta laugh because we're ridiculous. We do ridiculous things. So I think in seeing other people do things that I do that are stupid, that's hilarious.
Yeah. I think for me, because I do find things very funny. Cussing puppets. That's honestly, if you want to get an instant unguarded laugh out of me.
Oh dear.
There's I won't share the link or repeat the dialogue, but there's a video with Elmo that if I'm ever in a bad place, playing that does put me in a better place and has me in hysterics. Anybody dressed up as an animal, like there's this link on Instagram and I don't even know what it's called. It's like this panda and this other bear, and they just get in a fight in the shopping mall and they chase each other.
They're in like suits,
mascot suits.
Yeah.
Oh man. So that kind of stuff really.
So I like animals dressed up like people, and you like people dressed up as animals.
Pretty much. Now I will say I do like watching cats go nuts on people. I think that cracks me up. And anything where a social boundary is just completely obliterated and the person doing it is unaware, which is why I love The Office. We
don't love those things in person, though.
No,
so why do you think we love those things?
Because it's obviously pointing out that this is not good. You should not be doing this.
Yeah, right. You're right. If people are doing it to you in real life, it's so
hurtful.
You're right, but that's what it is. It's satire. It's
I like satire a lot, and I do like sarcasm.
Well, we all know this.
I do. It makes me laugh. So, who would you say are some of your favorite comedians?
Oh, well, I love Jim Gaffigan, of course.
Yep.
And, last year when my mom was dying, there was one night, because we were out of the hospital for, a week and a half, just kind of waiting. And there was one night that we watched one of his specials. I can't remember if it was Cinco or which one it was. But it was so much sorrow. But then we put that on, and it was just like an amazing time to just laugh and just kind of take not to deny the sorrow, but just to take a little bit of a break. So Jim Gaffigan, if you're watching our show, you helped me through a very difficult time.
Yes.
I love Mike Birbiglia and John Mulaney and
Yes, they are.
I think I like people who are self-deprecating in their humor. So.
Yeah, I like. You took all mine. But that's okay.
Jerry D.
I like Jerry D.
Yeah.
A lot. He doesn't do specials, but like Larry David, who co-created Seinfeld, even when he's not trying to be funny, he's hilarious. You might know him from a TV show, or you might know him for how he impersonates Bernie Sanders on Saturday Night Live, but he makes me laugh. So one of my other favorite comedians, who most of you probably don't know is a comedian, is our friend Savan Penn.
You should know him, and you should listen to. He has his podcast is the Coaching, Courage, and Counseling. I think I got the order right. I made sure.
We were on his show too, so you should check out that episode. It's pretty good because he's such a great host. But we did we were there for his first one of his first performances because he just decided, I think I'm going to try to do stand-up comedy, and I was like, sure, you can try that. And I had no idea what to expect when he came to the open mic with us. And, open mic, you have some very honest people at open mics in Portland. And so I was like, well, I wonder how this is going to go. And he killed it.
Savon, they loved you.
It was so funny. We love you. Every time you tell a joke, I just think it's the funniest thing ever. So Savan Penn, one of my favorite comedians. So let's switch around here a little bit. Laughing as a creative art form. How do those two things combine? Because I never thought about comedy as art until recent years.
Oh my
really
goodness!
Is.
If you've ever tried to write a joke, oh my goodness.
Nope.
Yeah, it's really hard. I think that comedy and laughter, if you think about it, is hard to say difficult things or to speak openly sometimes, because when you say it just plain, it can be hard to hear. But comedy has such a way of dealing with difficult subjects and kind of softening the blow to ego and those kind of things. One of my favorite writers is I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, Frederick Bachman. But he's written so many books, and A Man Called Uwe is one of my favorite. I mean, I was howling when I was listening to the audiobook, and it's dealing with someone who wants to commit suicide. I mean, it's such a serious topic, but the way he does it, of this man's constant failed attempts and the community that keeps interrupting him, and then the beautiful journey, it's so funny. But if he just said, "Hey, don't kill yourself," right? That it's different. But when you see this journey through comedy and trial and error, I remember that it touches you, and so it's interesting how many serious subjects can be dealt with in a comedic way.
Well, I heard another person. It might have been a podcast, or it might have been in a book somewhere that I read it. Similar to kind of what you said, is that a comedian is able to disarm you, so you can actually see darkness in yourself and laugh at it to some degree. I'm just kind of summarizing what he said. It's like even with preaching. A preacher can tell you that you're wrong, but if a comedian makes you laugh at your mistakes, it's a lot easier to deal with. It's a whole lot easier to deal with. So preachers, learn comedy. Learn comedy and learn to deprecate yourself first. That's what I try to do. Yeah, I think that comedians are probably one of the most important voices we have in our culture right now, because one, we take ourselves too dang seriously. And I think that's because we want to appear good. We want to look good. We want to be experts, and we want to be strong. And comedians are the people that say the emperor has no clothes. And helps the emperor say, oh, hey, you're right. And it's in that place that's good. I think laughter is such a community building thing. How many friendships started by people laughing at the same thing? Or laughing at the same person?
No,
that's not good, but yeah, it does happen.
One of my things I love the most is playing some people hate group games, but
Oh,
I
man.
love playing games like charades or just any of those games where you're as a community, and when you laugh with people, it creates memories and brings you so much closer. So I am all for a good group game. Our little art house church every year does a white elephant party, ugly Christmas sweater, and those are just memories. And so it brings you together, and it doesn't deny the pain in life, but it helps to find joy in it too. So
as someone who is a creative, I can't write jokes. I will never be able to write jokes.
Well, you shouldn't say never. Have you actually tried?
No.
Okay.
I haven't.
Okay.
And maybe that would be a great prompt for somebody.
That is one of the prompts on your journaling worksheet today.
But so for people who do other art like poetry or who just make things, why is laughter so important in the art making process? Why do you think?
So you don't hate yourself as an artist and think, oh.
Yes.
Yeah, if it's all doom and gloom and there's no joy in it, that doesn't mean everything you make has to be funny. It doesn't have to be at all, but if it's just serious for the sake of being serious.
Yeah, which is usually me.
I'm laughing because
my stomach
I
rolled.
can hear your stomach growling.
I know.
It was rather
it's like whenever we record, my body's like, oh hey, I need to show up and show off. I've had a runny nose, my stomach's growling. It's just great.
Tell us more.
I'm done. Yeah, I think that's really true. I think also for someone like me who is takes their artwork very seriously, painfully seriously, I need to lighten up.
I didn't say it.
I know. I'm saying it for you. I need to light up, and artists learning to laugh at themselves, even in the editing, especially in the editing stage, is so important because you aren't the greatest artist that's out there.
Well,
I'm not the greatest songwriter that ever lived. I'm aware of that. I know everyone else is. And that's okay because you don't have to be the best. And if you are trying to posture yourself like you are the best, you're going to be a very lonely, unhappy, unfulfilled creative. So learn to laugh at yourself now. It'll make it a lot easier when everyone else laughs at you. I'm kidding. That's that sarcastic humor coming out. But
hey, you just made up a joke.
I did.
You can make up jokes.
I can tell little jokes.
Oh.
Yeah. So I think laughter is really important, and learning to laugh in the process of making art. Like what we're making right now is art, and we laugh. We cry a lot too, but we laugh plenty, and that's really good, and it makes it worth doing because it brings joy. So what are some prompts that people have?
Like I said, write a joke. Or even write a mini monologue.
Please. And share it with us.
Yeah.
Because we want to hear your jokes.
And I think, this is something that I'm trying to do because when it comes to TV and movies,
I watch murder and seriousness and drama and thrillers.
I love those things, but I have to have a balance. So I try to pay attention to my emotional state. So I think it's really important to watch lighthearted comedy stuff. So, pick a favorite comedian that you like and watch that. Or, here's something that we do once in a while is we play laugh tracks at each other. Like Ben will say something,
I forgot about this.
And then I'll just hang on, and then I'll just play a laugh.
If you're a married couple, know your spouse well enough before you try to do this while you're having a fight.
Yeah, you might.
It'll either stop the fight or we'll get the cops called on you.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
So it's about time to sing "Oh Happy Day." There's been many versions of it, so this is one of them. Enjoy laughing and creating, and we'll see you next time. Oh, happy day that picks my choice. Only my Savior and my God will
my sins away. Oh, happy bond that seals my vows to him who adds parents on my love, the cheerful anthems fill his house. One to that sacred shrine of moon. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. When Jesus washed my sins away. He taught me how to watch and pray and live rejoicing every day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. When Jesus washed my sins away. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. When Jesus washed my sins away. He taught me